Oh, that's better. Oh. Right. Hello, hello. We will wait for some people to come on before we start. God, it's quite hot in here. It's a weird light. Oh, it did fuck all. Oh. Because it wasn't even on, for fuck's sake. Oh, God. Oh, that's better. Oh, we don't want to be I don't want to be listening to myself. Right. So, I hope everybody's had a good day. I've had a really, really neat day today, but, oh, fuck. God, sorry, my light's just turned off. Let me turn it back on. Jesus Christ. It's weird. Weird tonight. I tell you, weird. Just bloody weird. Hello, Alana. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not liking this lighting tonight at all. Not at all. Anyway, fuck it, you know. So we are doing another giveaway tonight. We are giving away these amazing gift packs from Erotic Bath. One of them is called Love Potion. I fucking need some of that. And the other one is a Tantalize. Now, I have used both of these beautiful, I don't know whether you can see them properly in this cunty fucking light. Jesus. Peter, he probably is. Hi, Teresa. So I have used both of these products. Let me tell you, they are beautiful. They are locally made here in Tauranga by a beautiful, beautiful lady. You can not only use them as bath salts, but you can use them as like what do you call them? Like rubs and shit like that on your skin. But I work pretty hard at the gym, right? And when I am going to have a bath, it's usually because my muscles are sore as fuck and I need to relax. So I chuck some of this in my bath and it really, really does help. Oh, pardon me. So the Tantalize one, it's got essential oils of neroli, is that how you say it? Fuck knows. Fennel, peppermint, cinnamon, and sandalwood. It is so yummy, so yummy. And the Love Potion has got yling yling. How the fuck do you say ling lang? It's not ling lang, is it? I always say yling yling because it just makes you feel like you've got to say it like that. Rose, patchouli, sandalwood, and fennel. Really, really good. So I'm going to be giving both these beautiful little packs away tonight. To one lucky watcher. Right, so hi Michelle, hi Nicole, hi Peter. Anyway, right, so tonight, oh, it's a fucking doozy. But tonight I have two stories, a little bit of a short story that's nothing special except for the exceptional size. I keep going on and doing these lives about men with small penises. This guy, who I've named Anaconda Cock, he's got no fucking problems in that department. Anyway, so one of the stories tonight is about Anaconda Cock. So one contains a sex story and another one contains no sex, right? The second one is far more interesting. Hi, Maria. Hi, Andrew. Or Chunky. I never call you Andrew. What the fuck? Anyway, so Anaconda Cock. He comes over to my place, meet him online, start chit-chatting, blah, blah, blah. He sends me a unsolicited dick pic. Now, normally, I'm like, fuck off with your rank pictures of your rank cock. I don't really want to see it. If I wanted to see your penis, believe me, you will be the first to know about it, right? But anyway, he sent it to me. And I'm like, your attractiveness stake has just risen from fucking about a 4 to about a 15. So this guy comes over and I'm thinking, he's all right. But I'm like, I thought he was doing a little bit of pee, to be honest. And I'm like, And his teeth were slightly black. They weren't rotten. They were a bit black. And I'm like, yep, you've been on the fucking pipe, right? Anyway, was hard to get 2 words out of him. He was fucking depressed about this, that, and the other thing. Wanted to, fucking hell. I just sat there getting pissed listening to him, right? Felt a little bit sorry for him. Give him his dues, been through some stuff. And, but anyway, I just wanted to get down to it because, because honest to God, this man was just unbelievable. So we went inside and he came in for a kiss and I'm like, oh God, the teeth. But he was the best goddamn kisser I have ever had. He was so good. And I'm like, oh, this is proper scene. Oh, massive penis. And he's a great kisser. I mean, hello. Fucking hell. I mean, who's going to turn that down? Well, so anyway, we were kissing, did a little bit of kissy face, and it was enjoyable as fuck. And then I'm like, come on, let's go to the bedroom, right? He wasn't going to be an all-nighter. Yeah, no. He wasn't in for the long haul. Anyway, so we're in the bedroom and I'm quite keen to get down to business just to see if Anaconda Cock is actually Anaconda Cock. He did not disappoint, ladies. He did not disappoint. I mean, this thing was fucking huge. It was like an anaconda. And this is where he gets his name from. And he was pretty good at using it too. Anyway, I said to him, as I'm on top, enjoying myself, as I'm on top, I said to him, thank God you're wearing a condom. Because if you didn't, and when you got to the money shot, it would come out my fucking mouth and I'd look like a fucking water feature. That's how big it was. Hang on, I got to take some layers off. I'm sweating like a pig. Maybe it was all the talk of fucking Anaconda Cock. I don't know, but Jesus Christ. Hang on, we got to go one more layer off. Oh, God. Oh, that's better. Oh. Didn't plan that too well, did I? Anyway, so that was a fucking amazing, one of my amazing stories, right? He wasn't an asshole, he wasn't a dick, he had a massive penis, which fucking hooray. I mean, all the run of micro penises that I've fucking had, it was quite a welcome change. Anyway, so that's the wee little story about Anaconda Cock. I didn't really give a fuck that he was on a little bit of pee, I mean, a little bit of pee here, there and everywhere, whatever. I mean, I don't do it, but I don't give a fuck if other people do. I mean, go fuck your life up, whatever. Anyway, so this next story, it is unfucking believable how many lies people tell. I mean, lie after lie after lie. Honestly, it's so bad. So, I got chatty with this guy online, and everything was lovely. And he said, I'll give you a phone call. Are you up for a call? Yep, sure. He hadn't tried to send me a dick pic. He hadn't tried to talk about sex, which was a refreshing change, because most people you meet 5 seconds into talking to them and what colour underwear are you wearing? But none of your fucking business. If you were here, you'd find out. I mean, come on. What colour bra are you wearing? Well, it's just a fucking ugly old sports bra. I mean, do men really think that women just lounge around in fucking lingerie all day, you know, trying to look all beautiful and feminine? Fuck off. No, we don't. No, we don't. No. But I really think that they do. I get asked this question so many times. What colour underwear are you wearing? And if I said black fucking massive period undies, how fucking sexy would that be? I mean, Jesus Christ. Or what bra are you wearing? Oh, I'm just wearing a fucking bra from the warehouse that I brought 10 years ago. It's got rips, it's got holes. I haven't washed it for a month. Because you are an exceptional bitch if you wear a bra once and you wash that shit. I may be just a freak and I don't do that. Who fucking does that? Who does that? Start commenting. If you wear a bra and you take that shit off and wash it the next day, you are my fucking queen. Because I sure as fuck don't do that. Hi, Kai. Hi, Carmen. Hi, Angela. So, no. It's too much fucking work. I mean, wear it once, take it off, chuck it over the chair, over the rails in the bathroom. Oh, fuck, I don't give a shit. You don't fucking wash it. Oh, who can be asked doing that shit? Anyway, right, let's get down to business. So, he was pretty respectful. So he gave me Sam, do you wash your bra every time you've worn it? You're my fucking queen. Yeah, I reckon, Alana. Yeah, if it walks itself to the wash house, it's ready for a clean. Right, anyway, so I was very, very straight up with this guy. I nearly said his name there. It doesn't really matter because we're not friends on Facebook. Oh, God, no. Hell, absolutely fucking not. I would rather eat my own shit than be friends with this dude on Facebook. Oh, my God. Anyway, oh, Sam, you're beautiful. You are my queen now. Anyway, so I was very, very honest with him, and I told him that I had friends with benefits straight off the bat. And I said to him, you know, if I found somebody that friends with benefits would stop. Maybe. I know, my friends with benefits, he's so good. Like, I mean, he's really good. So I don't know whether it would stop. It just depends. I'd have to it'd be situational. I'd have to wait and see. Anyway, oh, Sam, you wash yours because you have leaky boobs. I don't have leaky boobs anymore, thank fuck. But anyway, I understand that now. Right. Well done. Okay, so he phones me up and we were chatting. He sounded like such an authentic guy. I actually, all my psychic abilities have been thrown into doubt after this guy because I thought he was so genuine. Right, so for a start off, he's a helicopter pilot, right? Before he made the phone call, he asked me if I would drive to his hometown, which is probably 2 hours away. And I said, no, fuck off. I've gotten to the point where I'm just so blunt, so brutal, and sometimes a little bit cruel. So I've got to keep myself in check. actually, because I'm quite cynical now, because all these experiences have forced my hand. So I'm not being cynical because I want to. Men, it's your fault. It's absolutely your fucking fault. It's got nothing to do with me. But anyway, so, one moment, there's someone at my door. Who's that? Oh, one moment, let me go let my daughter in. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, okay. I'm back. Sorry, my daughter just got home from work. So, where was I? So I said to him, no, I'm not fucking driving to your town 2 hours away. I've not met you, and I may not fucking like you. Anyway, so he was like, oh yeah. I said to him, have you not got a car? And he said, oh, it's in the workshop getting repaired. Lie number one. Lie number fucking one. I should have used my psychic skills and thought, that's a bit odd. That's a bit odd. Anyway, lie number one. That is just the start of a plethora, absolute fucking Pandora's box of bullshit. We're gonna call him King Bullshitter. I mean, Jesus, if there was a gold medal for lying, this dude would fucking win, hands down. Anyway, so that was the start off. I told him I wasn't driving there. Anyway, he rang me. We got chatting, blah, blah, blah. I thought he was so genuine, so honest, so authentic, because he just didn't give a shit, Anyway, so when I told him that I had a Friends with Benefits, it obviously bothered him, right? I thought I was being honest. I may not be so honest with people from this point on, because this obviously did bother him. Because the next night, he phoned me and he goes, are you meeting up with your Friends with Benefits? And I said, yep. I said, I'm seeing him tomorrow morning. And he goes, no, fuck. Don't know how I feel about that. And I said, well, I was honest with you, and I'm just being honest with you. So I thought that's what you wanted. Men think that women are confusing. Well, I'm sorry, men are equally as confusing. Equally as confusing. So all the men out there, men that are watching this, and you're dating, I'm not talking about relationship men, you are confusing as fuck. Women are from Mars, men are from Venus. Women are from Venus, men are from Mars. Fuck if I know, whatever it's called. But we're different. We're so different. But anyway, so he got a bit pissy about this, and I was like, should I have told him that? And how would I feel if somebody told me that? Well, we're not together. We haven't even met. So really, okay, if it had happened to me, I'd probably go, oh, okay. But it wouldn't make me angry. I would just go, well, we're not together. We're not committed. There's no contract between us. So let's just let this one go. Well, he didn't let it go. So I lied to him. I lied to him. I don't know why. The next day he rang me and he said, so did you see your Friends with Benefits? And I said, no. I fucking did, and it was brilliant. He shagged the living shit out of me, and it was wonderful. But I lied to him, and then I felt really guilty. And then I'm like, why do I feel guilty? I don't know this person. Okay, yeah, I've lied, and I don't enjoy lying, but I mean, you've made me. But that's what I'm telling myself. Anyway. Oh, Ange, thank you. Right, so he said to me, we're going to, I would like to come down for a weekend. And I said, yeah, cool. And red flags everywhere. He said, oh, can you Google a motel that's near you? And I said, no, you've got the internet as well. You do it. I'm so honest and so fucking blunt. I'm not your fucking mother. I'm not your goddamn slave. I don't even know you. I'm not even a friend of yours. We've been chatting. End of. Yes, we're gonna meet. Don't mean I'm gonna fucking run around like a little fucking slave after you. Hell no. You've got a phone. You've got fingers. You do your own work, right? If you want to come and see me, then you're going to have to be prepared to put in some fucking groundwork, right? Because I'm so worth it. I mean, come on, I'm an all-round package. Humor, good looks, the body of a fucking goddess, great tits. I mean, what more could a man ask for? I mean, Jesus, but and exceptional in bed. I mean, you know, like I said before, according to the feedback forms that I get back from my lovers, I'm outstanding. Hey, Bobby. Yes, Jules, take a leaf out of my book. Anyway, right, so my pissed off scale is kind of growing with this dude. But so he's a helicopter pilot. His family own a helicopter outfit in Taupo somewhere, Napier. I don't know. You know what? One thing I've also realized is I don't listen when I just can't be fucked. I just turn off. Details are not important unless I'm in Inspector Gadget mode. Now, I tell you what, I should be fucking Magnum PI. Sometimes when I haven't been to the beauty therapist, I've got the moustache. I've got the Magnum PI moustache. So Rapunzel, let down your hair. Fucking hell. So anyway, fucking hell, God, I cracked myself up. Where was I going with this? I should be a private investigator because I can fucking find anybody. I can sniff out anybody, like my friends with benefits. He was hiding his identity. I found him. Go me. I should have been paid for that shit. Honestly, I should have been paid fucking thousands of dollars because that took some work. But I'm really, really good at investigating shit. When I've got something that I want to, if I'm listening to somebody's bullshit and I feel like that information is going to be useful later on, I file that away in the Andy needs to know file. Yes. Anyway, fast forward to a few conversations later, and so it turns out he's been DIC'd. And this is why he's not fucking driving. And that is why he couldn't fucking drive the first time. And I didn't call him out on it. I'm like, okay, let's just see how much more bullshit that you can fucking spout, right? Because I actually think that this dude was a rotten alcoholic. And he was pissed most of the fucking time. And he forgot that he told me that his ute was in the workshop getting fixed. Right? That was lie number one. So many more. Jesus Christ. It's mind-blowing. Fucking hell. Anyway, so big old bullshitter man, he came down here, right? So this is where my Tinder vet, Alana and Pete, my beautiful, beautiful friends, love you. We had orchestrated a plan. Why don't you bring him up to our house? And this guy had told me that his name was a certain name. Let's say Ben, okay? He had told me his name was Ben. It wasn't, okay? And that's what I knew him as. So I'm like, yes, okay, let's bring him up for a drink. He's got no fucking say in the matter. Anyway, so this dude asks me to pick him up from his motel. And I'm like, you are a useless motherfucking cunt. Am I your Uber? not only do you want me to be your fucking Yellow Pages or your Siri, Siri, find me a fucking motel close to the lakes, but come and pick me up. Okay, so I was a little bit pissy, little bit fucking pissy. So go to pick this dude up, message him, and he said, oh, you come up. And I said, no. I said, you come down to the car. I said, we're going out for dinner. And I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, I just hold no hope for this date. Jesus. He walks to the car and I'm like, hold the fucking phone, stop the fucking bus, shut the front door, and get the fuck out of town. You do not look like the 30-year-old photos of you as a 30-year-old on the fucking dating app. You look like you've been beaten the shit out of by a fucking, fuck knows what, like being in a tornado. He looked so different, and that pisses me off. It's a form of catfishing. So if you're on fucking dating apps, use a goddamn up-to-date photo. Yeah, he should have flown his fucking chopper over. For sure. I know. My God. Anyway, he was very, very different, and my face must have visibly dropped because I was like, oh God. So I said to him, well, we are going out for dinner, but we're just going to stop off at my mate's place for a quick drink first. Are you okay about that? Yep, good, great, because that's where we're going. So we didn't really give him a chance to answer, right? Oh, God. So we turn up to, he said to me on the way, should we get some beers? And I said, no, we probably won't be staying long. We'll just have a beer and then we'll fuck off and go and have dinner. Well, it turns out we ended up staying there all night anyway. Well, not for the night, but I didn't shag this dude. Oh, hell no. But anyway, so we turned up at mate's place and I says, oh, hey, this is Ben. And he goes, no, my name's blah, blah. And I'm like, and he goes, told you we should have brought some beers on the way. And I'm like, I'm still stuck on the fact that he fucking told me lie number 2 about his goddamn fucking name. And I'm like, hang on, aren't you blah, blah? And he goes, oh, no, this is my name. And I'm like, you fucking dickhead. Why didn't you just tell me your name? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Do you know how many people use false names on dating sites? Unbelievable amounts. Unbelievable. I don't know why. It's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, so we start settling in and whatnot and having a good laugh and then a friend of Pete and Alana's turn up. And there were so many red flags that night. Like, so I turned to Ben, not his fucking name. I turned to Ben and I started talking to him. And I was, a good minute into this conversation. He turned his head and he started a conversation with the guy that showed up. And I was like, excuse fucking me? You just completely blanked me. I was talking to you. That is the height of rudeness. And I was like, you remind me of my ex-husband, and I really, really don't fucking like that at all. It's like, the boys are here, I'm going to act in one way, and I'm going to ignore you. You're just the little woman, and you can go and fucking cook and clean. Well, you've got a fucking another thing coming, cock, because that ain't me. I ain't going to be the little quiet girl in the corner. Fuck that. Fuck that. Never ever going to be me. I'm never ever going to be the fucking Laura Ingalls, Anne of Green Gables. No. I'm gobby, I'm fucking loud, and I'm proud of it. Boom. Anyway. First name, last name, Midge, Marsden. Anyway, the story just gets a whole lot worse. Hi Jen, hi Leslie, hi Maria. Anyway, so story it gets worse. So we leave Pete and Lana's, right, because he starts getting fucking wankered. And I wasn't drinking. I'd had a couple, but not enough not to drive or be over the limit. You know, it was over the space of a couple of hours. Anyway, so I take him back to his motel and he goes, do you want to come up? And I'm like, nah, don't. And he goes, oh, nah, bro, just as friends. And I was like, oh, okay, bro. So we go up to his motel. It was so fucking awkward. You know, a lot of people would go, well, why did you go up to his fucking motel? Because I fucking wanted to, cunt. All right? Had no intentions of shagging him. He asked me to go up. I decided to go up because I kind of felt like I had to. It's amazing, this sense of duty thing. It's weird. It's weird. And in the space of since that to now, I'm completely different. I do not fuck around. I do not pull punches. Fuck that. You know, so these have been amazing learning experiences. So anyway, in the motel, and he's just, you know, like we're talking bullshit. And I said, oh, well, I gotta go. And he goes, oh, yeah, okay, bro, what are you doing tomorrow? And I says, oh, well, I'm going to the gym. I said, message me in the morning. Anyway, so I went home. That was that. In the morning, he messaged me and he said, oh, you know, he's been doing this, that, and the other thing. Whatever. I didn't give a fuck. And he goes, do you want to hang out tonight? He goes, I've changed motels. Do you want to hang out tonight? Come over here and we'll go out for dinner and blah, blah. And I said, yeah, okay, I will. This is where the shit just gets fucked up, honestly. So, hi Glennis, hi Trev. So, God, so I get to his motel. It was about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, probably about 3:30. Yeah, Pete, who? 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I turned up and he said, I've just brought this new iPad. Can you help me set it up? I'm like, sure. Anyway, he was quite fucking pissed. He'd brought a bottle of vodka and he asked me to get some Red Bulls on the way. And I said, no, that's out of my way. I said, unless I pass a garage station, I'm not going to do it. I said, you've got a garage just down the road from the motel. Why don't you go and fucking buy them yourself? I'm not your fucking slave, Jake Hickey. Fuck that. I'm not Beth Hickey. I ain't gonna do that shit. You know, I mean, for my mates and shit, I'd do that. But, you know, no, fuck that. Anyway, so he starts getting fucking belligerent. He starts telling... Everyone knows I was a fitness instructor and I've got a little bit of knowledge about muscles and shit like that, right? So he starts arguing with me about... trying to tell me that... he asked me what I could press on a leg press. I told him and he said, well, unless you can bicep curl that amount, you shouldn't be pressing that on the legs. And I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid. Your legs and your glutes are one of the biggest muscles in your body. How do you expect to bicep curl 200 kgs? Anyway, so he starts fucking arguing with me. And I said, look, I don't want to argue with you about it. You think you're right and I know I'm right. Anyway, starts getting fucking belligerent and I'm like, carry on like this, cunt, and I'll fucking give you a fucking sack kick, right? So I wasn't drinking and I said, I'm going to make a coffee. So I went and got a little coffee sachet. This is freaky. So I said, oh, fuck, I can't open it. I said, if you've got scissors, there's no scissors or knives in the drawers. Have you got one? And he goes, yeah, wait a minute. He goes and pulls this big fuck off knife out of his bag. Bear in mind, he's come from his hometown to Tauranga to stay. because he's going on a date with me and he wants to meet me. And he brings a fucking knife. At that stage, I should have run. I should have run for my fucking life. And I actually did think to myself, Jesus Christ, how many people know where I am? How many people know what motel that I am in? Because he could have quite easily fucking slit my throat. I mean, I would have gone all fucking Mr. Miyagi on his ass. and you know, I would have stuck up for myself. But just saying, that was a very fucking dangerous situation. Who the fuck brings a knife with them on a date? It's like when you see people that have carved with knives on a tree or a bench, blah, 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 loves blah, blah, blah. What the fuck are you doing taking a knife with you on a date? That's insane. I mean, come on now. Oh, anyway, so it seems to me like he's off his fucking tree, but he'd only had like that much out of the vodka bottle. And I'm like, something's wrong here. Anyway, I go outside and I'm having a ciggy and I'm fucking mucking around on his iPad trying to sort it out. Go inside, he's on his bed and he's fallen asleep. And I'm like, fuck, I must be boring. This would be a first. So I'm like, okay, so I sat down and I pissed around on my phone. I waited for an hour. I gave him an hour. I tried to wake him up. He wouldn't fucking wake up. So I'm like, fuck this shit o'clock. I'm off. So I went to Bayfair. I got some stuff. And then once I was there, I had this hideous realization that I'd left my favorite trench coat at his motel. And I'm like, fuck, should I just leave it there? Do I love that trench coat enough to go back? Yes, I fucking do. So I had to go back. So this is about another hour and a half, 2 hours later. So I went back and I quietly opened the door and I called his name, Ben, still asleep. It's like he was in a fucking coma. I'm like, yes, fucking all right. I can escape this shit. So got my coat and I fucked off. Anyway, so I'm at home and it must have been about 8 o'clock and he rings me. And I didn't answer it because I couldn't be fucked talking to him. I was pissed off. Who invites somebody for a date, gets absolutely wankered and falls asleep on the bed? Well, not fucking me. Anyway, not a way to treat a lady, boys. Not a way to treat a lady. Oh, and I'm a lady, you know, and I do ladies things. Anyway, so he messages me and he said, where are you? And I said, well, I got sick of fucking trying to wake you up, which is a lie because I tried to wake him up once and I'm like, fuck this, I'm going. And I said, and then he called me a liar. And then I said, I beg your pardon. And he said, it's all good. And I said, actually, it's not all good. It's not all good that you think I'm a liar and now you have called me a liar. You say it's all good. I can assure you it is not all good. So, never heard from him again for a week and a half. This is where the bullshit just starts fucking free-flowing. It starts running. So, he rings me up and I just happened to be at my friend Alana's house having a coffee. And I'm like, oh, Ben's ringing me. Let's answer this. This will be fucking good. And Alana's like, yes, answer it. So he says to me, oh, well, I actually got COVID and I've just spent a week in ICU. And I said, what the fuck? And he goes, yeah, that's why I couldn't wake up. He goes, so I didn't wake up till like 2 o'clock the next day and the people from the motel had to come in and wake me up. They called me an ambulance. And I got airlifted. Oh, no, he goes, I was in ICU. And then I got airlifted to Whakatane Hospital. And Lana and I are looking at each other going, airlifted back to Whakatane Hospital? Well, I don't think so. Something doesn't make fucking sense here. Anyway, the bullshit just keeps going and going and going. Then he said to me, a day later, he goes, would you like to come out fishing with me? And I said, well, you've just recovered from having a week and a bit in ICU. You nearly died from COVID, apparently. What are you doing going out fishing? And he said, no, I'm all good, bro, I'm all good. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Anyway, that night, he rang me again. Oh, he fucking believed his lie, all right. Jesus Christ. Hi, Jane. Hi, Tara. Anyway, hi, Josie. So he believed his lie. I absolutely feel that he's just a rotten drunk, and he wouldn't know what lies he was telling and what is the truth. Anyway, so he rang me later on that night, and he starts talking about this COVID bullshit again. And he said, no, I got home to Whakatane, and my auntie said to take a test. And I said, hold on a minute, back that bus up. I said, I thought you said you got an ambulance from the motel to Tauranga Hospital and you were in isolation. He goes, yeah, bro, no, I don't. And I said, well, hang on, how did your auntie, what do you mean your auntie saw your test or made you take a test and she's the one that said you were positive for COVID? And he goes, oh yeah, no, bro, no, fuck, I had to ring my boss to come and get me from he left from Gisborne to come and get me. And I said, but you got an ambulance from the motel, apparently, and then you spent a week in ICU. And he goes, yeah, nah, my boss came and got me in the ute and took me home, and then my auntie made me have a test. And I said, but you were in isolation in Tauranga, and then you got airlifted back to Whakatane Hospital. Which is it? He had no fucking answer. He had no answer for that. And I was like, you utter fucking lying piece of shit. You're insulting my intelligence by spinning me this utter bullshit. So just fucking stop it. It's ridiculous. And I had a lucky escape. And he still messages me and I never message back. And I'm just like, why lie to people? Just don't fucking do it. I mean, I told him a lie. But that's okay, because I'm telling the story. And I'm not telling whoppers. Well, actually, it was a whopper. I'm justifying my lie now. A lie is a lie. But I'm allowed to. I was doing it to spare his feelings. Jesus Christ. So, that was ridiculous. I mean, from start to finish, lied about his name. I even doubt that he was a goddamn helicopter pilot. Told me his ute was in the shot when really he'd been DIC'd. And that only came out in conversation because somebody else had asked. He didn't tell me that. I heard it when he was saying something to somebody else. My little spidey fucking senses were like, what? Like I said, if I feel I can retain that and keep that information and use it for later on, I'm so going to tune in. I've got spider fucking senses. So, yeah, lie, pants on fire. I just think he's goddamn rotten drunk, and it just, what a waste of my time. So, and actually could have been a really potentially dangerous situation. I mean, why did he bring a fucking knife to the motel on a date? It was a diving knife. Did he think he was going to go out diving? I think he planned on muff diving. Wasn't going to be with me though. Fuck that. Anyway, so that's the story of dirty old liar, pants on fire. And I guess that after Ben / whatever his fucking real name is, I don't know. It has changed. It has changed the way I am approaching dating. I don't fuck around anymore. I'm just, I don't tell people the truth either when, you know, it's about my private life. I don't tell them because they don't need to know. Before I was really, really honest, and I'm just not that person anymore. Oh, Selena, he probably was. I'll private message you. Yeah, Alana. He could cut himself out of his chopper again. he'd said that he'd had a massive big brain injury when he crashed his chopper and all the rest of it. He nearly died. He was in a coma for 8 weeks. I don't buy fucking any of it. Little boy who cried wolf. You tell one lie and it throws everything that you've said into disrepute. I'm sorry. I've got no time for lies. Anyway, so it is time to give these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous gift packs from Erotic Bath, made here in Tauranga. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Time to give these away. So if you win it and you don't have a bath, then give it to somebody for Mother's Day, because honestly, they are beautiful. So go check out the website, Erotic Bath. They've got a Facebook page. It's beautiful, luxurious, so lovely. So I just want to thank B again for these beautiful, beautiful gift packs. So now let me just pick a winner, and it's just going to be completely random. Jules Bowers, you are the winner of the little gift packs from Erotic Bath. So congratulations, round of applause. So if you contact me, Jules Bowers, and I will organise to get these packs out to you. All right. Hey, Ruff. Hi, Joe. Hi, Simon. So that is all from me tonight, folks. Oh, God. So next week, I'm going to be here again with some more fucking dating sagas and dramas. Honestly, I mean, oh, I have no words. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all next week. Have a brilliant weekend, folks. See you later.